Hello, I'm C. Anthony Muse, and 3 years ago, I vacated the Maryland State Senate seat representing the 26th Legislative District to run for an office in which I really believed I could serve the citizens of Prince George's County in a broader capacity. And although I did not win that seat, my commitment to serve has never diminished. Being separated as a boy from my biological mother and never knowing my biological father and living in 11 foster homes taught me resilience, courage, and determination. My adopted parents, Reverend George and Evelyn Stansbury, took me in off of the streets of Baltimore City. They had 8 children of their own, but they took me in and showed me love and gave me the direction and stability that I needed to help me to grow up with a purpose. I'm running for a reason. While in Annapolis, I worked to help other young people as I was helped. In 2014, I was the lead sponsor of Senate Bill 651, which reclassified possession of small amounts of marijuana as a civil offense. The very next year, the Maryland Criminal Justice Information System reported that over 23,500 district court cases and nearly 4,000 criminal convictions were immediately eligible for expungement, and they took advantage of it. This provided an opportunity for nonviolent offenders in our community to obtain and keep jobs and turn their lives around as my life was turned around. I also co-sponsored the Second Chance Act, which allowed returning citizens who paid their debt to society to obtain jobs, attend college, support their families, and no longer have to check the box and talk about their past. While as a child, I was a victim of domestic violence. I understand the trauma of it, the trauma of being beaten, the trauma of being helpless. So when I was elected, I fought domestic violence by sponsoring legislation to, number 1, extend the protective order for 2 years. Number 2, in June 2016, I chaired the Nashante and Chloe Davis Domestic Violence Prevention Task Force, which was named for Nashante Davis and her daughter Chloe, who were my constituents and were killed outside of their home in Prince George's County on February 2nd, 2016. And so I worked with Nashante and Chloe's family on the task force, on which we made several recommendations, which included policies to improve the ability of state and local governments, communities, families, and individuals so that they could identify and prevent domestic violence statewide. When it comes to youth and education, I chaired the Financial Literacy Task Force, which allowed school districts to either make financial literacy a graduation requirement or at least offer it as an elective. I want to continue to work on that. I also chaired the Rent Stabilization Task Force for seniors in Prince George's County for 2 years. And this issue was important to me because housing is not affordable for many seniors in our county. And although some political leaders did not agree with me on this, we did work together to give all seniors who were renting that year a one-time $800 credit toward their rent. But that's not enough. I also worked hard to keep a lid on taxes for seniors and keep as many as possible in their homes after they retire. I did this by co-sponsoring the homestead property tax credit legislation, and it did put some money back in the pockets of seniors. In 2011, I was the first senator to propose examining the environmental causes of cancer. And in 2013, I chaired a work group to do that because there are too many people in our region being diagnosed with cancer. I fought to help our community by bringing back money to the 26th district for many projects, including the Southern Regional Technology and Recreation Complex, Friendly High School Gymnasium, money for Potomac High School Track and Field, Crossland High School, My Sister's Keeper Ministry, Glass Manor Recreation Center, National Philippines Multicultural Center, Allentown Splash and Fitness Park, and millions of dollars for many other projects. As your senator, I sought residents' input to ensure that new schools would be built in locations compatible with their neighborhoods, with the citizens' consent. I was the first elected leader to hold hearings on the problems of grade fixing and social promotion. and the only Prince George's senator to vote against a hybrid school board. In 2008 and again in 2013, I was the lead sponsor of the legislation to return us back to a fully elected school board. I also stood with unions and supermarkets to keep their jobs and keep their store open. I was one of only 2 elected leaders to negotiate with unions to keep 700 Safeway jobs in Prince George's County. And since my departure, those jobs have left. I want to come back and continue to fight for jobs. I fought against higher taxes to help Black and brown businesses get their fair share of the economic opportunities rather than a dismal 1% in all of this county. We've made progress in many of these areas, but there's more work to be done. I want development that includes citizens' input with planned infrastructure for roads, schools, public safety, and health care so that we can accommodate the growth in this district. I want businesses that locate here to pay their fair share of taxes to help with these services. And I don't want promises made that won't be kept. I want our trash picked up twice a week and the grass cut on state-owned roads and highways. I continually pushed to get that done when I was serving in Annapolis. I'm going to go back to do that again because District 26 deserves all of the services that all the other parts of our county receive. As your senator, constituency services were always my #1 priority, even out of elective office. I still get calls from citizens in our community, and I do respond. Whether in or out of elective office, you've always been able to count on me. I want to go back to Annapolis to continue the work that still needs to be done. Experience and seniority matter. There are many challenges now impacting our district, county, and state. That's why experience, integrity, and leadership really will matter. I'm C. Anthony Muse, and I'm asking you to join me on this journey. Let's continue to move forward together.